have a new name in that land. In that land, that sunny, sunny land. We shall have a new name in that land. In that sunny land. New name, precious name. In that sunny land. A new name, a precious name. In that sunny land. Oh, we shall have a new name in that land. In that land, that sunny, sunny land. We shall have a new name in that land. In that sunny land. A new name, precious name. In that sunny land. New name, precious name. In that sunny land. A new name, a precious name. In that sunny land. New name, precious name. In that sunny land. What a wonderful thing. A very wonderful thing. To be free from sin and a Christ within. To be made as joint heirs with Jesus, my Lord. What a wonderful, wonderful thing. Oh, what a wonderful thing. A very wonderful thing. To be free from sin and a Christ within. To be made as joint heirs with Jesus, my Lord. What a wonderful, wonderful thing. So you can tell the world about this. You can tell the nations about that. Tell them Jesus has come. Tell them that the Comforter has come. He brings joy to my soul. He brings joy to my soul. You can tell the world about this. You can tell the nations about that. Tell them Jesus has come. Tell them that the Comforter has come. He brings joy to my soul. He brings joy to my soul. Oh, I'm gonna sing, sing, sing. I'm gonna shout, shout, shout. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna shout. Praise the Lord. Oh, when the gates are open wide, I'm gonna sit at Jesus' side.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Radio Land. If you're just tuning in, you're live with God in the Raw Ministries, and you already know what time it is. This is that time to
power up your week.
Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to God in the Raw Ministries. You are live with us today, and we're ready to power up your week. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. That's what I'm talking about. Why worry when you can pray? Come on and power up your week. Don't be like doubting Thomas. Put your faith and trust in Jesus. Why worry? When you can pray. What is your worry on this morning? You're being encouraged. You don't have to worry about it. Pray about it already. He will lead the way. Don't be like doubting Thomas. Put your faith and trust in Jesus. Why worry? When you can pray. All right. I'm going to use that little break right there just to whisper a word of prayer so that we can get right into the heart of the matter. Father, in Yeshua's name, we come before you. We give you glory, we give you honor, and we give you praise.
Yes.
We decree it, we declare it that there is no God like Yahweh. And we just pray right now in the name of your Son that you'll come and just permeate the atmosphere. I pray this morning for our listeners that your blessings will rest upon them. I pray, oh God, that you will hearken diligently unto their requests. I pray whatever the situation is, whatever their problem is, whatever the sickness is, that they will be healed, they will be delivered, and that you bring them into a yoke-breaking deliverance. So we praise you on today. May you bless us in a special way. And I pray, oh God, that you will allow your people's heart to yield to you so that they too can have a testimony to power up the rest of their week. We thank you, Lord, through Christ our Lord. And we all say out there this morning, amen and amen. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Okay, so we're going to take this quick psalm out of the way for you. And this morning, you know how we like to do it. So for those of you that are just joining us, you are live with God in the Raw Ministries. Power up your week.
It's that time. It's that time.
It's that time.
Yeah.
So get on in this house. That's what you would say, Cass. Get in this house.
Yes, and if you're
already.
in the house, stay in the house. If you're not in the house, get in here already.
All right. So do you know what you need to do? Call up your neighbors, call up your friends, call up your mama them, your auntie them, your every them, and tell them to get on in this house. All right. Okay. So the psalm we want to bring to you this morning is Psalm 28, and it says, "Unto thee will I cry, O Lord, my rock, be not silent to me, lest if thou be silent to me, I become like them that go down into the pit. Hear the voice of my supplications, when I cry unto thee, when I lift up my hands towards thy holy oracle. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquities, which speak peace in their to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts.
Yes.
Give unto them according to their deeds, and according to the wickedness of their endeavors. Give them after the works of their hands. Render to them their desert. Because they regard not the works of the Lord, nor the operation of his hands. He shall destroy them and not build them up. Blessed be the Lord, because he has heard the voice of my supplication. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him. I am helped. Therefore my heart greatly rejoiceth, and with my song I will praise him. The Lord is their strength. He is the saving strength of his anointed. Save thy people, and bless thine inheritance. Feed them also and lift them up forever. Did you notice that tongue tie? I couldn't say speak peace. But listen. I want you to power up on this psalm. And yesterday I extrapolated verse 7 as I minister to the people of God. And it says, the Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Therefore, my heart greatly rejoices.
Hallelujah.
And with my song, I will praise him. So I want to say to you today, if you trust in the Lord, he's your strength, he's your shield, he's your butler. Listen, rejoice and stop the stress and the worry. Come on, all right? For those of you that are just joining us, you are live with God in the Raw Ministries. Power up.
It's that time. It's that time, y'all. It's that time.
Come on now. Get in the house. Get in the house.
Get in the house. And tell everybody to get in the house.
Those of you on Facebook, tell everybody to get in this house already. All right.
Travel sometimes out here, feeling man's heart with their freedom we all hold dear. Now is at stake. Humble your heart to God, safe from the chasing rod. Seek the way pilgrims draw.
If you're enjoying these oldies, come on, put up some hearts, all right, and hit that share button.
Soon, morning or night or noon, many will make their doom. Drop a very sound. All of the days shall rise. Righteous meet in the sky. Going where no one died, everyone died. Long so many cold, leaving their home of gold. Listen, God's word is told, evil abound. When the time comes to pass, they're in the end at last. It will come very fast, trumpet will sound.
Oh yes,
But Jesus is coming soon,
morning or night or noon.
Many will meet their dreams.
trumpet will sound.
Come on.
All of the days shall rise, righteous meet in the sky. Going where no one died, evermore now.
Listen, I'm enjoying this one. This is a long
Oldie but
Yes.
goodie. That song made me think of my Aunt Joyce.
Okay now. I wonder what Mr. Robinson's cooking up in the kitchen as he danced to these oldies today.
Dad said it's so old we don't know the words, but he's right. I don't know all the words to it.
Listen to this one.
Oh yeah,
Try it.
I know this one though.
On the other side, I'm gonna shake my hands. Yes, sir.
Tell all the people good morning.
Oh, yeah.
Sit down beside my Jesus. Sit down and rest in the world. It's soon be done. With troubles and trials.
When I get home,
On the other side, I'm gonna shake my hand with the elders. Tell all the people good morning. Sit down
beside my Jesus.
Sit down and rest in the world.
If you're just joining us, you are live with God in the Raw Ministry.
You already know.
Listen, it is that time of the morning
To power up your week.
And don't change the dial. Don't log out.
That's right.
103.7 and your FM dial. So come on now. Get on in the house. Those of you on Facebook and YouTube.
Tag all your friends. Tag all your family and them. Tell them to get in here already.
I love that man.
Now this is one of my favorite oldies here. Come on now.
For he has done so very much for me.
Hey.
He has taken all my sins. There's the Holy Ghost within. I love that man, the man from Galilee.
Oh yes,
Anybody love that man?
The lame was made to walk, and the dumb was made to speak. When spoken, we forward in his word.
Come on, do we have some old Christians out there?
I know it could only be by the spirit of the man from Galilee. I love that man from Galilee. For he has done so very much for Holy Ghost within. I love that. There's a call comes a ring.
Oh man, I tell you, I was enjoying that one. This engineer, this is real quick. But listen,
I see my Facebook family dancing. Rochelle's dancing. Auntie Dolores, I remember that song.
Yeah.
Samantha said, I love that man from Galilee. We love y'all. We love the vibe. Stay in the house. Stay in the house.
Send the light,
The blessed
Gospel light, let it shine.
from shore to shore.
Oh, send the light,
The blessed gospel light,
let it shine. From shore to oh, forevermore. My bad.
Jamaica's most versatile DJ.
Alright.
DJ.
So listen, everybody, listen. I'm just so excited to be here with you this morning. And for those of you that are on YouTube and Facebook, you can see that I'm looking like Ray Charles today.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, because I kind of bust a blood vessel in my left eye. So, I don't want to scare you all. So I'm looking all cute this morning and dapper. But honey, it's just because I'm a little hurt.
Yeah, your favorite preacher was preaching up a storm and burst a blood vessel. She busted a blood vessel in the name of the Lord.
Listen, I don't think it was the preaching. It was the heat, man.
I thought you said it was the preaching.
No, girl, listen. I was in Jamaica. It was hot. It was hot, and I can't stand the heat. And then preaching on top of that didn't help it.
Down in your soul, while the blood running for your veins.
This is a real old one now. Listen,
I don't know. I don't even know this.
girl, this is way older than you.
I need the people to help me. Auntie G, do you know this? Maybe Sister Charlton knows this. I don't know who knows this song.
Down in your soul, while the blood running for in your veins. While the blood running for in your veins. While the blood running for in your veins. You better get salvation.
I see that.
While the blood running for in your veins. We don't believe in honest God.
Listen, people, these are the goodies that we grew up
That
on.
you grew up on.
Listen.
I only grew up on a few of them.
Listen, if you're in your 50s,
If you're a baby boomer,
if you're in your 50s, yes, if you're in your 50s, in your 60s, you know this song.
While the blood running warm in your veins. While the blood running warm in your veins. You better get salvation down in your soul. While the blood running warm in your veins.
All right. So listen, everybody. While we're listening to these
oldies but goodies. Tell Jesus just said it.
Okay.
She just said it. Oldies but goodies.
All right. So listen.
Child, you got the spirit. Tell Jesus.
So listen. While Mr. Engineer keeping them coming, I want to share something with you. So, first of all, I have a question for you, and I want for you to make sure that you have the studio number down. Listen, I tell you to put it on speed
let me just
dial.
make sure I put it out there real quick. Let me
You
put it
don't
on.
know it, Cass.
I know what I'm putting on our social media story.
Okay, please. So the number is 561-819-6255. And listen, I'm sure that you're going to want to call in today and dialogue with me. Okay, so I was going to the airport on Thursday from Jamaica.
Okay.
Coming into Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
So I want you all to listen to this. So I heard this program on the radio, and they were talking about how back in the day, how teachers were like parents.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Teachers could spank you. They could change your hairstyle if they thought that your hairstyle was too grown.
Okay.
Oh yeah, honey, they would put you in check. So anyway, so there's this big problem on the island, all right, where this mother sent her 13-year-old daughter to school. And you know that a 13-year-old goes to high school in Jamaica.
Right.
So now it was apparently they were having a picture day or something like that.
Okay.
And the teacher was afraid that this child was going to be bullied because she always come to school with her hair looking like a royal mess.
Oh, Jesus.
So this particular day, the teacher decided to comb the
comb her
child's
hair. Okay.
But she said she asked the child's permission if she could comb her hair.
Right.
And the child gave her permission. Now, when the child got home, the mother was furious. You know, like, how dare you come home with a different hairstyle from what you leave
What
the
I
house
sent you to
with?
school with.
So
See, that child ain't smart. I used to change my hair, but I changed it back in the way you used to comb it on the school bus on the way home.
You ruled
With
it
a,
out.
I never had a. She ain't smart.
So listen, and I used to comb her hair cute, y'all.
Oh my God, dude!
Anyways, that's in my eye.
In her eyes, for real.
So, anyways, so it is this big thing now.
Okay, so
all right.
okay.
So the teachers are calling in.
So they were feuding and stuff, brawling about
exactly,
it.
because
Okay.
now, so what they're saying now is the teacher in
Wrong.
the right. Or
Is the teacher wrong?
Or in the wrong. So there are others.
the
and
technicalities on that.
And the radio host was saying that she is taking the side of the teacher.
Okay.
Because she believed that the teacher was saving the day.
Okay.
And to her, you know, in her time when she was going to school, that's how the system was.
Okay.
So today I thought about it and I'm like, wow. I wanted to call in, you know, but you know, when you're driving and
You don't wanna be distracted.
right. And I'm like, you know, man, I wanted to just really call in and put my 2 cents in. Because at the end of the day, my take on the matter is that you can take away the parental right.
True.
You know, and the thing about it is that in this day and time when cell phone is prevalent, every child has a cell phone. The teacher could have made a call to the mother.
True.
Right? All right. Well, she never did that.
Right.
Number 2, the mother could have looked at it and also...
And saw it as a nice gesture.
Exactly.
Right, so
and rather than making a big brawl.
That's
about
why I
it.
said it was technical.
You know? But anyways, so my question to everybody out there this morning that is listening, what do you think about your generation, whether you're a baby boomer or is it generation
X, Z, there's so many now, and I don't remember all of them. Millennials.
Do you believe that we have veered too far to the left? Or what is your take on how we today are raising our children? What do you say to the young mothers today based on what you have seen and the way that you were brought up? All right? Because the way we were brought up is like everybody in the neighborhood, the village raised.
Well, things were more traditional in your era, but now, you know, everything goes.
Anything goes.
Anything goes, I mean.
Anything goes.
Okay, Dad.
All right, so
or nothing at all, as Dad says.
Nothing at all.
Right?
But really and truly, because I am positive that that some of us are, you know, teed when we see what this generation is doing and the things that some parents allow their children to get away with, in the sense of, when I was growing up, like, oh my God, I would have got my butt whooped or I would have been checked. You know, tell me the truth out there this morning based on where you're coming from and what you are noticing that is happening around you in the world today. Tell me how you feel. What do you have to say about the whole situation? All right. So I'm waiting to hear from you. 561-819-6255. Call us and let us talk about it. What is the oldest that we have going on here now?
He watches over my soul. As long as I'm under his
Control. It is all right. I love this one too.
It is all
I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved. Just like the tree that's planted by the water. I shall not be moved.
All right now. Good morning. morning, caller. You are live with God in the Raw Ministries. Power up your week.
Shall not be moved.
How are you doing?
All right.
We're doing
How
well.
are you?
We're doing well. How about you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Wonderful.
I actually just came online and I saw this topic.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like it's very intriguing
Okay.
because this was a conversation I had with one of my coworkers this week.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, for our generation that I grew up in, almost 50 years old,
Mm-hmm.
I believe certain things that children do this time and era. It's for me, it's really appalling because
Appalling.
sometimes my mouth just drop open
Wow.
because I know personally that's something that I would not even dare to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you see a stranger coming,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you need to respect the stranger. Growing up in my era,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
however, I feel like the millennia that we're living in and the Generation X and all of that stuff, it's like a strange world to me that I cannot find myself to understand. However, being in the position that I am in, I have to, because one, even in the world ethic, the things that they'll do, you're like, okay, that's not usually the way that you do that, or that's not normal. But for them, it's normal.
Mm-hmm.
They also
So it's
have
like
a
night.
drive
So you would say it's like night and day to you. So you're baffled by what you're noticing with this generation versus your generation.
Right. That's what she's saying.
Exactly. For my generation, I feel like my generation is backward because they also have a drive that if you're not careful, they will be your bosses.
Okay.
They have a drive that it's more like there's a fuel behind what they want and their intentions, and it's like they're going to get it. So if you're not cautious to get up to speed with what they're doing, they will leave you behind.
Wow. 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 Wow.
And that is what I'm noticing. I told someone the other day, I said I would not be surprised if one of my bosses is a 25-year-old.
Wow.
Because they do have a drive.
True.
That's
true.
That's true.
But in the same essence, it's their mannerism. It's like totally off.
No there's no
no
in
regard, no regard.
So in other words, there is no more respect your elders.
No.
No, that's not in question.
Oh, that one has been washed out.
Exactly. And in the same breath, they honestly feel like they are being respectful.
Wow. Well,
But
that's strange. That's a strange one.
But it's that we are not used to it, and we're not used to them we are not used to people being so vocal. So
Wow.
as a result, for us, it's foreign.
Wow. Of course. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of our listeners today can relate to what you are saying right now, because you're absolutely right. The things that a child will do today in front of an adult,
right,
and you can't even check the child, or else the child will check you. Like, who are you? You're not my mother.
Right.
You know, back in our days, no way, no sir. And and I still believe that, though, that there are still some good things in our era that still needs to continue presently. You understand me?
I honestly, I do agree with you, because I feel like I cannot relate to the world that I'm seeing coming.
Wow.
I cannot, and I cannot dilute my principles. Not for this world. I will train them to come into my world.
Okay.
But in the same breath, there are things that I see that I feel like it's really something to reckon to, or something to recognize.
Okay.
But in the same breath, there's some things that I'll take from my world and put into their world.
And let me ask you this question, caller, before you go. So what do you think about, I don't know if you heard the story that I was telling about the teacher and the student, where the teacher comb the student's
child's
hair from, because to her, she said the child's hair was a mess. And it seems as though it was a habitual practice for the child to come to school looking like that. So what is your take on that matter? What would you have done if
that were her child?
If that was your child,
Right.
in this day and time, the teacher comb your child's hair, what would you do? And do you believe that the mother should have really made such a big fuss about it, to the point where, I mean, it's being talked about on different platforms right now?
Well, for me, I probably would find myself in the same position as the teacher, because I'm that kind of person.
So you take the teacher's side.
Yes. I don't like to see mess. I don't like seeing a messy child. So for me, I probably would have. And it's not a matter of being disrespectful or anything like that. It's just, I just like to see kids look a certain way.
Right. Okay. So
I probably would find myself in the same situation as the teacher.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, very much, Carlo, for sharing your thought with us on today.
We appreciate your
the Lord bless
dialogue.
You. Let's hear what Mr. Engineer have cooking for us. More
Enjoy the rest of your
goodies.
Sunday.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Engineer, keep the oldies coming.
This is an oldie. This is a good one. Turn this up. I am persuaded God will see me through.
For those of you that are just joining us, you are live with God in the Raw Ministry.
That's right.
I am your host, Prophetess Dr. Shamin Gale, appeared co-host in studio with me, and today,
Hey.
Minister Gas. Don't change your dial, don't log out, and power up your week. All right?
Because it's that time, y'all. It's that time.
Listen. Yes, sir.
He will be there.
How many of you remember this one?
When you're going through the fire,
Yes, sir.
He will be there. No need to worry, no need to fret. God has never failed us yet, and I am persuaded He will see us through. I am persuaded
Yes.
God
And we'll see it through. Are you persuaded today that
I
the
am
Lord
persuaded
will see
indeed.
you through?
Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am.
Hallelujah.
I'll only trust Him.
So I can see that a lot of you on Facebook, that you're taking the side of the teacher, saying that the teacher is doing a good thing.
I am persuaded God will see me through. David said
Tell us what David
in
said.
Psalms 37,
Well,
verse 25,
Let's hear
Yes.
about it.
I have been young
Uh-huh.
and now I'm
I'm old. Come on.
Yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken.
That's word right
nor
there.
his seed
Begging bread. Hallelujah.
And Paul, in the book of Romans 8, verses 38 and 39, states, For I am persuaded
Yes.
that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities,
No
nor
power.
powers, nor things present,
Present. Or
No
things
things
to come.
nor height,
Nor
Nor
death.
death.
nor any other creature
Shall be able.
to separate us
That's
From the
right.
love of God.
That's
which is in
right.
Christ Jesus.
Come on, people, power up your week on that.
I am persuaded.
God will see me through. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm persuaded
Indeed, I am.
that the Lord will see us through.
Yes.
Lord,
Hallelujah.
Lord. So listen. Give us a call, 561-819-6255. And I tell you, I can't wait to get us to start reading out some of these wonderful comments that I'm seeing here on Facebook.
Right.
We're going to get
Regarding
to
the
them.
topic of the teacher and the child.
Yes. And the question is, do you believe do you believe that we are veering too far
To the left.
All right, because I noticed one person on Facebook, I got a glimpse, didn't get a chance to
Said
read the whole
something
thing,
about how
the children are actually raising themselves,
Right.
which allude to the first caller, that this generation is so smart. They are so smart, and because of that, a lot of youngsters today are really left to raise themselves. And believe it or not, are not, they're figuring things out on their own. But
Which is not a bad thing. It's just that because they're raising themselves, there's certain disciplines, there's certain
That is
values and
missing.
characteristics that a parent should be able to instill and impart within that child. But because they're raising themselves, anything goes.
Anything goes. So this is what I'm trying to say now, though, because like take for instance in the island of Jamaica, where you have these little children. I get so nervous when you see these little babies walking on the side of the street, whether they're coming from school.
Yeah.
They're so tiny.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, it's like you just want to stop and pick them up and hold them in your hand, or like, baby, what are you doing on the side of the street?
But then you also have to
they
remember
are-
that's the Western culture that has developed in you because you were born and raised in Jamaica, and that's a norm.
So listen, but
You know what I'm saying?
But listen. So this is what I'm trying to say to you, though. Now that you transitioned for so long a time,
Right.
And to us back then, it seems like we were big. We felt that we
You-
were.
you
big
felt like
people.
you were big.
Yeah. So to that little baby that I'm looking at and saying, "Oh my God," that child feel like I'm grown.
Right. and here's the next thing that I saw Auntie D say. There was a time when the village was raising children.
Exactly.
So even if you were walking on the street, as a baby, you're safe because everybody's watching
That's
somebody.
true, too. That's
Mr.
true.
Mas John boy, I walk, go buy some bun. Make sure say I'm all right. Something
Okay.
like that.
Oh,
Not no more.
Good morning, caller. You are live with God in the Raw Ministries. Power up your week. What's on your mind?
Good morning. Good morning. I just wanted to
morning.
take the moment to call in.
Mm.
I'm not in my 50s. I'm actually 30. However,
Okay.
I spent my earlier years with my grandmother and my grandmother. So,
Oh,
they
honey,
were
you're properly raised.
You was raised right.
So I believe, although I'm 30, I can't relate to some in my generation and the ones that are after me.
Okay.
I literally feel as if I'm one of those older people, and I can't understand how it is that their behaviors and manners and, as the previous caller said, like, respect is not even something you consider nowadays because they have none.
Right.
So it's a major change, major. 10 years younger than me is like night and day.
True.
From my perspective.
And you're absolutely right.
I feel as if that there are things that I believe though you can pass down to generations, because I'm 30 and I have principles from my grandparents.
Of course.
If it wasn't instilled in me, then I wouldn't have them. But I believe that it's our job as parents, grandparents, to pass down that sense of respect and the things that matter, because we do know that with each generation, knowledge increases and we learn. And so you see that what I was doing probably at 5, I have a nephew, and I'm wondering how in God, who taught him that?
Okay.
That's happening. So there are things that we can appreciate.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely. Here's one thing. You could never, as a child, being raised by your grandmother, see your grandmother in a conversation, and I'm gonna say, and you irks up yourself.
Right. You better take yourself to the corner.
Listen, you irks up yourself in the conversation, butt into the conversation. Let me tell you something. You would get a slap so fast, you would know
forget your name.
yourself. Yes. So at the end of the day, this generation, though, I believe that the parents, I honestly and truly believe that we have veered too far to the left. While this generation is smart,
True.
and they allow you to stand in amazement
With
as to
the accomplishments or the achievements.
If you put your phone down carelessly, a 3-year-old will break your code.
They hack it.
I'm serious. You know, so and you have the 10-year-olds now that have Facebook, Instagram, and their parents don't know that they have it.
True.
They are so smart. I call them FBI agent. Okay. So at the end of the day, I believe that our parents need to pay more keen attention. And I honestly and truly believe in this day and time, like for instance, the story with the teacher,
right,
and the student
whose hair she combed, and
listen,
it created a feud.
Right, in this day and time, that parent, that mother should have never allowed her 13-year-old daughter to
go
leave
to
the
school
home
like that,
to leave the home unkept,
and then turn around and be mad.
You know,
like, who does that?
And then you turn around and you're upset because someone's tried to fix
care for your
error,
child.
You know, but you know, and I see on both sides of the spectrum.
But you're right.
But you know, I thank you for calling and for sharing. And is your grandmother still alive?
She is alive.
Well,
May I
God
please
bless
comment
her.
On the teacher's perspective, I spent my earlier years in Jamaica, and when I came up here, it was just my siblings and my dad. So he tried his best to comb our hair, and if anyone knows, a dad's best may not be so appealing.
Right.
And I had a teacher at the school that I went to. She's from the island of Trinidad, and she actually, you know, fixed my hair.
And let me ask you, and how did your dad feel about that?
So, you know, at first he was wondering, oh my God, he was afraid at first, but then we found out we didn't live too far from them, and she actually, you know, spoke to my dad and said, you know, I did ask, you know, if I could comb her hair, and I see that, you know, I don't know if she has a mom, so he explained, you know, it's just me, and she was, you know, okay to like comb our hair for him.
Wow.
So, you know, you never know what someone's home relation is, but there's no way that you could really take real offense to trying to help your child have a better image.
Exactly.
So
well, you know, honey, you know, pride.
Yeah, I was gonna say her pride was hurt.
Pride is a hell of a thing,
right?
And that is just the honest God truth, right there. So you know, well, God bless that lady, and God bless your grandmother. God bless your dad, and you know, all you can do is to give thanks. And I hope and trust that when you have children, you will pass on some of those oldies
great values
and goodies
that your grandma
to
put
them.
in you.
Because let me tell you something, it is needed in this generation. And I really hope and trust that our parents are listening today. And listen, all I'm saying is pass on some of that good manners.
Right.
Pass on some of that good manners to your children.
I'm glad you said that.
I'm begging you, all right? Let them say please. Let them say thank you. Okay? Let them say the word excuse me.
May I please?
May I please?
Yes, ma'am. No, sir.
Yeah, come on, man. I'm telling you, a little bit of manners can take them a long
far away. That's true.
And so this is what the first caller was talking about. You just imagine you in your 50s, you in your 60s, and your boss is 25-year-old, and they don't even revere you.
They wouldn't.
Do you see what I'm trying to say? And I remember. You know, back in the day when we had, we lost our caller there, but
thank you for calling anyway,
thank you
beloved.
for calling and for sharing with us. Back in the day when we had this huge choir in South Florida, and when we began to put some of the younger people in control of the choir, the older people started to complain because they say these young people has no manners.
Right.
And now I look back and I'm like, oh my God, like, you know.
Now you see what they were talking about.
You have to be so careful because it's two different worlds, y'all. Two different worlds. Tell
Jesus says, where would you be as a 4-year-old telling your dad, I don't like the way you're treating me? But that story tickles me because I know the root of that story.
Yes.
Tell Jesus you are off the chain.
Okay. And you have to know that that's Tell Jesus' grandson.
Listen, Tell Jesus' grandson told his dad.
No, not his dad. He told his grandmother.
I
don't like the way
my dad is treating me. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he told his daddy.
No, he's treating me like I'm a baby.
Oh,
So
man.
listen. So even
So you see what the first caller was talking about? She
Yes.
said these our babies are more vocal than ever.
I'm telling you.
Tell my grandmama I don't like the
Mr.
way my
Engineer, where
daddy's
are the
treating me.
oldies? Where are the oldies, Mr. Engineer? Keep it coming. So for those of you that are just joining us,
You are live with God in the Raw Ministries, and it's that time to power up your week. Facebook, YouTube. If you're in the house, stay in the house. Tag your friends and loved ones. Tell them to get in here already.
All right. Listen. Oh, I love this one. Don't log out. Don't go anywhere. You are live with God in the Raw Ministries. I'm your host, Prophetess Dr. Charmaine Gail Perry, co-host in studio today.
Hey,
Minister
y'all.
Cass. So listen. We're talking about today where we are, this generation versus baby boomers, basically. All right? Have we veered too far to the left? Come on now, y'all. You better bring home some of Granny good manners, good behaviors. Come on. When you mix some good manners with all of this smart behavior that these young people have, let me tell you something. The sky becomes the limit. Anybody remember this one?
I think I only know the chorus to this one. This one is that old for me.
Oh yeah. Sweet rose of Sharon.
There's peace and triumph when we speak His name. His holy name, loving Savior. Sunshine in the midnight.
Oh yes.
My guiding star that's shining all the day.
I'm telling you, there are some good things about the old days, y'all. You better open up that old pillowcase and pull them out.
There's peace and triumph when we speak His name. Loving Savior.
Oh man. That was good.
That was good for me.
That was so good. But we still want to hear from you. 561-819-6255. Come on, Radio Land, and give us a call already. And let's talk about it. And for those of you that have young children at home, let me tell you something. You better think about grandma. Think about your mother. Listen, there are a lot of people that don't want to think about what they've been through growing up. But I'm telling you, there are some good things. Yeah, listen, I got
There's some good things to extrapolate from
Listen,
your era.
I'm telling
and
you.
I feel like it's important for us to expound on the fact that there's nothing wrong with evolution. There's nothing wrong with change and all of those things. But there's some core principles that we should not be letting go of.
No.
You know, self-respect, respect for others.
Yeah, listen,
you know,
some people tie the whole bag and throw it out. Go pick it up. Get back in your own garbage, stir it up, pick out those good things.
Take the good things.
I'm
Take the
telling
good
you.
things away.
Listen.
And continue to build your foundation, y'all.
So we want to hear from you. 561-819-6255.
Oh Lord, listen to this. Simone says, these parents now have become horrible grandparents and makes it hard to discipline the child. They spoil them.
Well, you know, a lot of the grandparents are making up for the evil they did to their children.
Listen.
You know, but I'm telling you, you can't forget to instill manners. I will not stop talking about that. Check that child when that child is out of order,
right?
And let that child know. And I'm not talking about beating and slapping, and
You don't have to. You don't have to.
These children are so smart that if you just have a little conversation with them, it will go a far
way.
And you must be consistent.
True.
Don't check them today and let it slide to tomorrow. Because a lot of us think that when the child is out of order, we think it's cute.
True. or laugh. Oh, but you know, people do that out of embarrassment, right?
Listen, man. Listen.
Dad, don't let me cut up on this.
I saw something that Robinson was saying. Well, he said quite a few things, and we're gonna go through them.
We're gonna read all the comments. But if you could take me up real quick, Mr. Engineer, let's see what that one
We're gonna
was.
talk about them in a little bit because, like I said again, we have veered too far to the left.
Well, that's your opinion. You ask the people. Do you think we have veered too far? But now you're giving them your opinion.
But I'm giving them my opinion now. I honestly and truly believe that 100% because, like the first caller, listen, I've seen some things and it make my skin crawl.
True.
I've seen some things that I have to deal with as a counselor, and I'm telling you, in my head,
as she said, it's appalling.
Like, listen, it's in my head. I'm like, Holy Ghost, fall on me, because this could not be my child. You
Lord
understand what I'm trying to
Jesus.
say? And I'm not talking about hoofing and buffing. You know, I'm just
It's
talking
just
about
the nature of accountability.
Yes.
You know,
Where
you don't
are
gotta
you?
you don't gotta brutalize your children or your family members
To get them,
in
act
line.
right,
Yeah.
You know, and back in the day, let me tell y'all something. All this but goodies. Back in the day, honey, it was one look. One look from your mother or your father or your auntie or an adult, and you get straightened
That's
out
right.
immediately.
That's right.
Okay.
Just one team to say, I don't think. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that's gonna work for you, baby. Let's see.
Oh my God.
Let me see. Let's see. I think this is the comment that we were looking for from Carrie. He says, you know what I find interesting? Growing up, I never had a voice when it came to expressing how I felt to my parents. And now I can't reciprocate that with my child. His voice is encouraged by the same person that made me fearful growing up. Wow. Can you hit wait a
It's
second.
true, though.
Can you hit Seymour for me? I wish Kerry called in because that was so sarcastic right there. Can you hit Seymour? The guy says, Kerry says, his voice is encouraged by the same person that made me fearful growing up. Paradigm shift. Kerry,
My God.
Kerry, that was a whole mic drop right there. That was a whole mic drop.
But let me tell you in a nutshell what that really is. Okay, Kerry. Sigmund Freud says. Freud says.
There you go.
Thank you. Says you can't teach old dog new tricks.
But you can.
But the bottom line is, I wrote a paper in college refuting that yes, you can teach old dog new tricks, because my dad was such a strong disciplinarian, and when my dad migrated to the United States, the man became after a few years, he transformed. He became this loving teddy bear. There is absolutely nothing that you can talk to the man about.
Right.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So time changed people, man.
True.
And I'm telling you, the older we get, we realize that we got to get rid of the brutish behavior, that it just don't work anymore, you know?
True.
So we get older, we get smarter, and that's just the end of that story. It is indeed a paradigm shift.
It is. And here's another thing too. A lot of the things that maybe in your era you guys experienced was out of a sense of ignorance. They really didn't know better.
And that is the truth.
And so now
That is the truth.
our babies are being
The babies are teaching.
that's the point that I was getting to. They're being born. God, why can't I get my thoughts right? They're coming out of the womb with tablets in their hands.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? They're like a walking Google search engine.
That's
and
it.
so now the things that you could tell a child of yesterday, go on, go sit down. You're not no sense kind of thing. These kids will let you know. They'll tell you where in the encyclopedia you can find the word sit down or something.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. So listen, Radioland, Radioland, we're gonna love you and leave you. For those of you that can get on YouTube, for those of you that can get on Facebook.
Oh man, we're done with radio already.
Time fly when you're having fun, girl.
Well, we love y'all. Same time, same place next week. You already know.
All right. So let's hear this one. Let's hear this one.
From too high, Lord, bring me down. If I'm too high, Lord, bring me down. If there is something in my life, I want you to move it out of my way. If
So this is some of what happened to the grandparents out there. Okay, they say, Lord, bring me down. They've been praying, y'all, and the Lord has been answering
my
their
God.
Bring me down.
Oh Lord.
I wanna be humble. Lord, bring me down. As I travel through this land, trying to live the best that I can. If I'm too high, dear Lord, bring me down. Oh Lord, bring me down. Bring me down. I wanna live holy. Lord, bring me down. I wanna live.
So listen, you all, listen. So I'm in agreement with Kerry today, because the whole truth of the matter is I don't know how we did it in our day, in the sense where you weren't allowed to even what should I say now, defend yourself. If you were told that you moved that cup, you can't say, no, mommy, I didn't do. You better be quiet when they're speaking.
Or like some parents that you were able to say, they disciplined their child, then they ask about what happened.
My dad would not ask a question. Let me tell you something. In my dad's last days, you know what the man says? He said, I regretted two things in my life. One, he regret the way he spanked his children. Two, he regret not educating his children
Right.
like he could have afforded to do. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you think about it, my dad cried because he had this thing about him where if an adult come and say, I saw your child doing X, Y, and Z, my dad took that like gospel.
Right.
The gospel.
Because he doesn't expect an adult in his time
He
to
said
lie about
he
things.
never believed that an adult would lie on a child. So a man thinketh, so is he.
There
See
you
what
go.
I'm saying? To the pure, all things are
pure.
But today, try that with this generation.
Absolutely
You
not.
dare lie on them, and I'm telling you something, they are going to prove it that you're lying. They already have you on video, honey.
You on Facebook Live.
Listen,
World star.
Oh my God, Peter.
listen. And our children of today, and listen, when I talk about children, we're talking about babies. We're talking about from 4-year-old, 5 years old, 6 years old. They can hold a conversation.
True.
They can defend themselves. They can go to court and be their own attorney. All right? So you talk about a paradigm shift. Listen, man. I feel it for those that are having children today and your parents is not around to see what you have given birth to, what you have brought into this world, because they would be amazed.
Listen.
They would be amazed. I am amazed, and I love children.
The babies
I
of
love
today.
this.
The babies of
Listen.
today are like the babies in Baby Genius. You remember that movie from back in the day?
Yeah. So let's get to some more of these comment here. Just scroll up, or should I say, just go down so we can acknowledge some of what was said, because I saw some real good things out there.
You should have told him to go up because the comments are above.
Above? Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so go all the way up there. Oh, Mr. Engineer, why are you playing another one of my favorite? Listen to this, you guys.
It's a oldies but goodies kind of day, y'all. I only know these because my mom and them used to sing it. could calm the tears that
Let us flow, Lord. Oh, yeah.
it would seem
Let me tell you something. That's what we had to go do. You better take away yourself and go cry. You can't do pout.
fix your face, me give you nothing for cry for.
Oh, you want something to cry for?
You already gave me something to cry for.
Oh, God.
Oh, the pain and scars you would see.
You got to bear with me. I have to play this.
But
one.
tears will never set the streets of the city. God, no reeds of death no death on my mansion's floor. Teardrops unwelcome beyond the gates of glory. Because the heart will never break. Because the heart will never break anymore. I hear you, Peter. You know what's so funny about this oldie but goodie? The way this lady just ad-libbed, it made me realize that that's where Church of God get that holiness thing of tracking from.
Yes, man.
Because the hearts will never break anymore.
That's right. That is it.
Where,
Listen.
right?
Anyways.
You know that's you in a holiness church
That's
when you get that kind of a tracking. It's not like Black American church where you ad lib the song. You kind of pre-sing it.
That's it.
You gotta say the words with a singing song. Can you do it,
Yes.
mommy? Because the hearts will never break anymore.
I used to do this song, girl.
Child, you're not gonna do it for me now. You just
Nah.
killed my whole
Listen,
vibe. She just dropped me on my face, y'all.
Say, I ain't for the track for you.
Because, listen, I don't know if I can say it like you can. Because the heart will never break anymore.
Girl, you gotta say it like you stuck up.
And I'm not stuck up, so I can't get there. So anyway, so let's get to some of these comments.
All right, so I think the last one we read was oldies but goodies with knowledge. So,
Right.
Good afternoon, Melomoy. We love you. Good morning. You said good morning, but it's afternoon now, my love. I hope you're still here. You're catching all this love.
Okay.
All right, let's go down
Love
a little
and
bit.
blessings.
Sylvina, thank you. Good morning. Power up your week indeed. Let's see. Keep going. There's this Peter talking
Okay,
to tell
hold on.
Jesus we don't need that.
No, Marjorie.
Okay.
Come back down a little. Okay. She said, oh.
I am and I know it. Love you and I am in the house. Be blessed and have a wonderful day. Lady Beckford, thank you for being in the house.
Yes.
Thank you for being in the house.
We love you, girl.
Blessed be the name of the Lord.
You tell Jesus squared. I think
right
I should
now.
give you that.
All right
Tell
now.
Jesus squared.
All right. Tell us something that Lady Beckford would say to you guys when you're out of order. How she check you.
I don't think like she getting ready to say. I don't think
so.
I don't think you're finna make it too far if you keep playing.
Okay.
or she just call our name a certain way. And
Oh,
we already
no.
know.
This is another one. Don't play cute.
Don't play cute with me.
I have the spirit.
I have the spirit.
Oh my God.
Better yet, don't tell me those crap.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh Lord.
Love you, Lady Beck.
Auntie Padge, we love you, girl. It's all love in this house. All right,
So
let's see.
move it on up there, Mr. Engineer. Or should I? Okay.
There we go. Rochelle says, this is the jam right here. So that was music.
Yeah,
okay,
okay.
Samantha says, you want to take it or
Yes.
you want me to take it?
She said a part of the issue with our children is the parents that support their.
Child's wrong.
Hold on. Okay, where am I?
You read it already.
Part of the issue is with our children. Sorry, a part of the issue with our children is the parents that support their children's wrong.
Okay, instead of support you
In the
discipline,
they
they
strengthen
strengthen
their
their
child's
child's
wrong.
wrong. Well, and that is the truth, because some of the parents think it's cute. Some parents think that it's cute when their children is being out of order.
And I think
it's not cute.
I think another major key is that it could be just a sense of pride. It's like, let me check my child. You don't get to check my child. I know parents that will, check another adult for checking their child and then check their child in private. But you got to set the pace and let your child have respect.
Yeah, but there's a way though. I have to say that there's a way the way
I agree.
you deal with somebody else's
I
child.
agree with that.
Because the way I would correct you, the look I put on my face to let you know that, girl, don't lose yourself.
Yeah, you can't do that with somebody else's child. You're gonna have to just, try to steer them in the right way with love, because it's not your child.
Because here's the thing today. Like Kerry says, back then we never had a voice.
Right.
Okay, because at the end of the day, today the generation is different, and people are raising their children differently,
and we're more vocal.
And
these babies are more vocal.
Yeah, and people are more educated and understanding the temperament of their children.
True.
And as a result of that, they want to raise their children accordingly. So for me now, to come and deal with a person's child a certain way, when that is not your structure.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now I'm creating damage.
Yes, because everybody rears their family in a different way.
That is, and it's especially in this era. You have to be careful. It's not back in the day where one discipline work for every
everybody.
child.
It's not what goes for the goose goes for the gander.
It doesn't work like that today. But some parents though, Samantha, is very just blatant in their discipline and the way they protect their children. Listen.
I mean, and it's a parent's job to do that. It's
some parents.
I understand.
Some parents drop the ball,
but I do understand what she's trying to say.
Big time. I do. So move on up.
She seems like she was trying to validate what she was saying above. So there's another comment with her here, where she says, "I believe the teacher was right." Oh, okay. Right. This is the other topic. I believe the teacher was right, but I think the teacher should have called the parent. Ooh, too far. Should have called the parent and informed them before they show up and pick up the kid. Okay. Yeah. I can understand that.
And that's exactly what I think should have happened too. All right. Navret said the teacher was just helping out. I think she was being considerate and a good teacher slash mother. Okay. Yeah.
I can vibe with that.
Yeah.
Auntie Dolores says the village helped back in the days to raise children. If you were out of line and Big Mama corrected you, you better be careful or you might get a beat down. When you get home.
True.
See, that was the thing now. That was the thing back in the day now, Auntie Dolores there. Because at the end of the day, when an adult correct you, you can't even go home and say, oh, the first thing is going to be asked to you, what did you do?
Right.
So you're going to get two whoopings in one.
Because that was the trust, though. It was a trust issue to say that you got my child like you got yours.
Correct.
Make sense?
Right.
Unfortunately today, though,
it's not
the
that
script
way.
flip. It's a paradigm shift indeed. Okay? But listen, before we take another one, listen to this one now.
In the valley,
Sing this song.
in the darkest
of night, God leads their children alone. Some through the wall. Come on, people. I hope you're catching all these goodies here. I gotta tell you the truth that these songs still hold a whole lot of anointing, y'all. Come on now. Don't diss the program. Really, Mr. Engineer, you're gonna do me like that.
It just song switch.
Man.
I don't think it was him.
Okay. Good afternoon, caller.
You are live with God in the Raw Ministries. Power up your week.
Good afternoon, gorgeouses.
Oh, good afternoon, beloved.
How are you guys? You're looking beautifully. Anyhow, I would like to join in on the conversation.
Okay.
Yes, about disciplining. Okay, I was brought up from a disciplinarian background, which I will not exchange. I will not compromise. and I will not give it up for no reason because
Okay.
it's in God's way, and I believe that.
Okay.
However, what I would like for you to address is that I'm not able to really stay on the phone because I'm at work.
Okay.
But I just want to draw your attention to the conflict that the teenagers that are being disciplined and trained and are willing to accept it, they're not conformed to what their peers are offering to them. But they're respectful of the home training, of the discipline from their parent. But when they go out in the world, or out, at school to be exact, or wherever their peers are, then they are being attacked for demonstrating the discipline that they're being taught. Because I'm having that experience myself where my child is having conflict because when she tried to demonstrate what she's being taught at home, being proper, be a lady, being disciplined, may I please, excuse me, whatever, she's looked upon like, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? And like that. So there are children, there are parents who still believe in discipline. I never caught the program at the beginning, but the last caller, I kind of catch on, at the end of her conversation.
Okay.
So I kind of get an idea what you guys are talking about.
Okay.
So, and the problems we are having, some of them are, parents are having grown conversation in front of these little ones.
True.
Parents are cursing out adults in front of the children. Parents are criticizing others in front of their children. So there's nothing for these kids to grasp on. And then they go out to school, wherever, and they're still exposed even more to things that are not, proper and trim, as we would have said, because for anyone else who's listening, being disciplined, it's ladylike and gentlemanlike. And if you are not disciplined or being principled, you're not a lady for me.
That's it.
Because principle and the pathway of principle, it makes you walk a certain way.
Of course.
It makes you talk a certain way. It makes you behave a certain way. And it makes you present yourself a certain way. So these parents, no offense to anyone, but they need to go back to the plan. They need to go back to God's plan.
Yes, man, they got to open up that pillowcase that they stuff down the good things in that they have forgotten about. You have it in the attic, take it out and
Blow the dust off.
Yes, man, and pull out some of the good remedy that was handed down to us. And here's one of the things that what you're saying is that we have to have conversation. Like, for instance, you talk about your child. You have to have conversation with your child and let your child know that it's okay to be different. It is okay to be different.
True.
And you have to have time for your child to dialogue with you about what her day was like, and then how can you help to shape and to correct and to twist and to turn.
And not just that, well, I don't know if your child is a male or female, but get the child to a place where help the child to get to a place of understanding that you won't be accepted in every environment, and that's okay.
And that's okay. You understand me?
Okay.
And it's not okay to follow the massive. You understand me? And so the problem that we have is that the parents don't have time. I'm talking about quality time to give to our children. And so they're lost. Now they don't know what side is up.
No, they don't. And may I say something quickly? Also, parent need to humble ourselves in the sense of coming down to the children's level and listen to them.
True. That's
not
a good
because
point.
we are adults.
We can learn a whole lot. I can tell you can learn a whole lot. And that's why some people are wondering, oh my God, why is the grandparent is like that and they didn't raise me like they're learning so much from their grandchildren you don't even know.
True.
Parents not listening. Sometimes, as you rightly said, and I agree with you 100%, that parents can learn from their children, because I am learning from my child. If I have something and I would say something, she gives me a different way out, and I say, "Girl, I love you. You must be a reason. You are my whatever in my coffee or whatever."
Okay.
You know, I would say that to her, or "You're my saltfish in my ackee." That's how I would talk to her, because I am one of her best friend, but not her best friend, if you understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
Because
you avail yourself for her to be able to can come and talk to you about just about
Open line
anybody.
of communication, yeah.
But I will discipline her right in her face. I'm not even blinking, you know. But at the same time, I'm your best friend. Tell me about
Mama, I can tell you don't play.
Exactly. So our peers would say, "You tell your mommy that, and you tell your mommy that," and he said, "Oh my God, you tell me?" She said, "Yes, I tell my mommy because I open the door for my children."
Well, I applaud
don't want
you.
them to-
I applaud you for that, because I have that same relationship with my two right here, and I applaud you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
And it
You
does
know,
not
so because
alter, and it does not alter the discipline at all.
It doesn't, because I'm an expressive person, and when I was growing up, you know, if I was telling my daughter the other day that, you know, she was expressing herself, I said, "Listen to me now." That Jamaican little thing start coming out of me, you know, and it's like, "Girl, when I want to express myself, I better do it internally or under the bed, or when I'm going to school on the street where my parents can't hear me, they can't hear me."
Yes.
And if I open my mouth to breathe, listen,
you can't even
they
show
say
that you're
something.
offended.
Right.
You can't. You gotta run. If I show like I'm offended, I run, and then I would dive under the bed or somewhere. You hear me?
She said I would dive under the bed.
Yes. Or you lose your face, girl.
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna be listening to you guys on the remaining part of YouTube because I'm at work. It was
Okay.
a pleasure, and I really enjoy this topic because it's one of my favorite topics.
Okay, well, thank you so much for
You're
calling
doing an
us.
awesome job.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Wonderful. So, you know, and so this is exactly what Robinson
Was talking about.
Was talking about how, you know, growing up, we never had a voice, man. If you were right, you were wrong.
And if you were wrong, you were double wrong. I knew you was gonna say that.
That's it.
So listen. So, Mr. Engineer, let's get some more of these.
So we're not going down, Mama.
comment.
We're going this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get some more of these.
So you're right here where Tell Jesus was saying this part. That's the next comment right there.
Okay. Where it says
The teacher.
oh, she said okay. So okay. No, we did read that already. So we need
We're
to
going
go
down to Sylvia
yeah.
now.
Oh, okay. Forgive my blunder.
Move it. Oh, is he up there? Can you just move that up for us there, Mr. Engineer? Okay.
Going.
Okay.
Keep going. They're talking about the song.
I'm just dying because she's like, is he up there? Where did he go? Did he evaporate or something?
Go up. Go up. Continue to go up. All right. So.
Okay. So here Carrie again says, my personal experience allows me to favor the teacher, but as an open-minded person, I could see where the parent could take objection to that
and why. Okay.
And I echo the same sentiments.
Likewise,
all right?
likewise.
Yes. Moving on up. No. Down.
You're the one telling him to go up. You got to
Listen.
learn how this thing works. Damn.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on.
you're going too far now, buddy.
Engineer.
Come on, man.
No. We need you to go up some more. We're at Nicola.
No.
Right.
Okay. No, we're right here. Where Nublet says, where could you be? Oh, we did read that already earlier. Okay. So move on, Mr. Engineer. Pick it up.
I need a coffee. You guys are amazing.
Okay, this one says now, stop right there. So Carrie says, you know what I find interesting growing up?
Right.
Okay, we did read that one already. No? Did we read that one already?
Yes, we did. That was the first one we read from him.
Okay, move it up.
So I think we covered all of those. They were just embracing the music.
Okay.
And I read Simone's already, so we look like we caught all of them.
Okay.
Whoa. Auntie D said one look and that's it.
One look.
That's
one
right.
look and you straighten out yourself.
Patria says, yep. Some of these parents are like they bargain with these kids. They would say to the child, if you don't listen, I'm gonna take away your phone, etc.
Yeah.
Keep going. You have some other comments at the bottom.
Good morning, Peter, Carrie says. Good to see you.
Yeah, he
kid.
finally put himself in the house, Carrie.
Yeah. So Mendy Oliver has the most recent comment, and then we can read.
She said, "I'm still scared to get beaten, even at my age now." Yeah, we can't see the rest of it there. Okay. Right. Okay. She said, "I'm still scared to get beaten even at my age now from all my parents. Laugh out loud, my adopted parents."
And Mendy's like what, 34?
Okay. Listen.
Mindy said she
Anita
don't like
said,
that.
"Oh, I love this song." Okay, power up your week. The streets of
the city.
So listen. So
it says we have 17 new comments.
Okay. So move on up. Let's see them. Some parents, okay, so Jade said some parents do not
know the difference between right and wrong. Jade has a point.
Well, is it that they don't know or they choose to turn a blind eye?
Some don't know.
So I think Jade has a point.
Well,
because what happened is you got having churn, and then churn, raising churn, and then everybody just
hold on. Grand churn,
raising churn, and then if the churn is already crazy, and then the churn have a churn, and that churn gonna be crazy, and then the churn have a churn, and that churn have a churn, they gonna have a grand crazy issue. So they don't have grandparents, they have grand crazies.
Okay.
And they got crazies.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And then they become cray-cray.
If the churn got a churn, you're crazy.
So what you're trying to say then, Peter, is that it is sad for the children that don't have some true grandparents.
True.
Or you see what I'm trying to say? And worse, if their parent is so young that
there are no values to pass down.
Listen.
Correct. So it's just like
amazing.
The only thing that's being passed down is brokenness.
Not just brokenness, fashion tips.
Okay.
YouTube videos and Instagram videos.
Yeah, that's it.
Stuff like that.
That's it. But listen, people, somewhere along the line, even if you never get it at home, somewhere along the line, some teacher hand down something. There are some good things out there. And, the last caller that we had made some valid point. And I want to stress on that a little bit more to be able to say, when you have conversation with your children at home, find out what their days are like, what's going on at school, how they're handling the peer pressure.
Open line of communication. You can't just watch the child struggling.
You have to do that. Let me tell you all something. Sometimes our children are beautiful children at home, and they are monsters at school.
Okay.
So I'm just giving parents some tips.
Major key.
Listen. What I used to do when my children,
churn.
I can't say that. Peter.
Like how you churn butter? Churn.
Mm-hmm. When my children were in school, the bottom line is that I show all my children teacher know me and Peter.
No, not just like that. This lady would
tell him that
I'm getting there. I get dressed,
stockings and a whole skirt suit, y'all.
Get ready to preach.
And I show up.
In heels.
Showed up.
Click, clack, click, clack.
I'm standing right at the classroom door looking at them, how they're behaving.
Looking through the window, and I just hear somebody say, "Yo, Peter, your mama outside."
You know that was back in the day, because that's not allowed no more.
No.
You can't be peeping through the door
Listen,
No more.
listen. The bottom line is that if you have a child in the school, you are still permitted. I don't care what lengths and hoops you have to jump through.
Now you got to stay at the
Listen.
office and get a
No,
little
you
hall
got
pass
now.
or something.
No.
Listen, go
You're
get
not.
that
you're,
hall
You're
pass.
not allowed to get the hall pass. What you're allowed to do is call your child out of class, and that's all you can do.
Well,
You're-
listen, volunteer. Volunteer at the school.
It don't work so easy.
Give up 2
Mommy.
hours. Listen,
Coronavirus.
give up 2 hours of there is a way. Where there's a will, there is a way. You've got to find a way to
Mommy,
be
what you
more
gonna do?
active.
What you gonna do? No, ask for the Zoom code.
I can't.
Well,
Carrie said.
well.
Listen, y'all. I'm talking about these are the days of portables. So we had portables,
hold up.
and my mama is out here in the sun, walking to every portable,
Listen.
looking to see what we doing.
Listen.
And then if she see us talking, we wouldn't be able to hear her, y'all. So she's not coming to class. So our friends would say, "Peter, your mom's outside," and then we would see her outside saying, "Sit down, sit down."
And they have no clue what day I'm showing up. So before they think about misbehaving, they think about me.
I would tell a story, but I'm not even trying to put you out there like that.
Oh,
Who,
Lord.
me?
No, your mama.
Oh my Jesus!
What story you gonna tell?
Nah, I'm not finna tell the. I'm not finna tell.
So why you brought it up?
Because it came to my mind.
Whatever.
It was so vivid.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, Cassie Boo. But listen. She's gonna pass it on to her children. Anyways. So the whole truth of the matter is this: if someone happens to help your child in the right way, please, for heaven's sake, don't make a big fuss about it.
But you know what happened, Mom? I think the issue, not to cut you, I think the issue is the parent felt embarrassed. The parent felt embarrassed.
Well, if the parents felt embarrassed, why is it being talked about on the radio? Keep it under your bed then.
Because the parent felt embarrassed that they weren't able to keep up with the child's upkeep, and so they would feel like I'm telling you, it's a spirit of pride.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
agree that it's pride.
It's just like it's no different from that same teacher giving that child 1,000 Jamaican dollars and saying, "Here's so much money for the week," and by the time the child gets home, who gave you money and why did they give you money? Oh, what they trying to say, that I don't have enough money to give you? Go give it back. And you have parents like that.
And I agree. And
I think that's what happened, because any parent in their right mind that was very busy for their child and could see that their child's head was not done, and you come home and you see your child's head is completely done, you would appreciate that parent.
Let's see what this caller is saying.
You mean the teacher?
Good afternoon, caller. You're live with
God in the Raw Ministries. Power up your week.
And what's on your mind?
Good afternoon. What's up?
Oh my
Gary
goodness,
is
man.
in the building.
We missed this voice, man.
Yeah,
How are you?
It's another day, and I'm giving thanks to be above ground.
Wonderful. What goodies and nuggets you have to pass on to the parents of today? And tell me the truth now. Do you believe that we have veered a little too far? Well, not a little, a whole lot too far to the left.
Well, you know what? I mean, it all depends on how you look at it. And I was going to share real quick situation with me, right? Because listen, as you know already, my father is a pastor, as you already know, right?
Yeah.
And I remember this. I made a comment about having a voice, right?
Right.
But it reached to the point where when I was about maybe around 12, 13, 14, and that is when I didn't have a choice but to really talk regardless of the consequences, right? And I started hitting out, and it was seen as me being rebellious, but I've always been a real person,
Right.
And I try to keep it that way. So it was big consequences, and I want to share that because to answer your question about veering to the left, me being able to make my voice clear, right? It brought clear consequences for me because as I said, as a pastor's child, what's happening in the home wasn't really reflective of what's happening at church.
All right
You know what I'm saying?
now. All right now.
So when, like for instance, like on Sunday morning, my dad would want me to come in the car with the family and go to church and look like we're a united front, right?
The perfect family.
The perfect family, but I wasn't, but I wasn't having that experience during the week. So I would be the one that would be like, you all going, I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? That would be my way of rebelling and letting my voice be heard. And I remember one particular time he said to me that, "Are you there? I think I lost you."
We're
here,
still
man.
here.
I'm here.
Okay. So so I remember one particular day I don't remember what we had an issue about, but he said to me at 13 or 14 years old, he said that there was, it looked like there is two bull in this pen, right?
Oh Lord.
And one of us have to leave.
Yes, two bull can rein in a one pen.
Right. And my immediate response to him as a 14-year-old was, then go ahead.
Oh, wow.
And it just came out because of, like I said, I was a real person. I was seeing and experiencing what was happening.
The lid just happened to fly off that pressure cook that day.
Okay.
Couldn't take any more pressure.
And do you know that we live in the same house, right? For the next 3 to 4 years. Never exchange a word.
Wow.
Right? No, listen, I'm not talking about when I'm grown, I'm talking
about 13. That's what I'm saying. Wow.
Okay. And you know what the consequence was for me was that as soon as I turned 18, guess what he did?
You have to leave.
Brought me to court to come out of his house.
Oh my God.
So I it's not something that I share a lot, but I think it's relevant.
It's necessary, yes.
It's relevant to this. You understand me? And the funny thing about it is, even with the whole thing of how we worship now and how we do things, right? If he was alive right now, he would oppose a lot of this stuff.
Oh wow.
Wow.
You understand me? So in other words, I came to a point where I had to let my voice be known, right? But at the same time, he would, you mentioned about grandparents learning from their grandchildren or whatever, that wouldn't be in his book.
Oh Lord.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't be in his book. But I just thought
maybe your child would have broken that stony heart.
Wow.
Of his, you just never know.
Well, his grandmother gravitated towards him, like I said earlier. You understand me?
Right.
When I tried to correct him certain ways and certain things, she's like, "No, let the boy talk." You understand me?
You see that? You see that?
And I turned to my mother and I said, "Is this really you?"
Okay.
That's what usually happens.
You see that?
Yeah.
And
so open my mouth.
Your story is real though, and this is what I'm talking about, because for me, I believe that the way we are in the congregation of the saints as leaders,
should not be a facade.
It should not. It should. I'm telling you, people have to understand what you see here on this platform it's real. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People that knows us know that we're not fake. If I have to fake it, then I might as well just get out of the race, because it does not make any sense, because I cannot begin to wrap my mind around a parent's keeping malice with a 13-year-old child. Are you kidding me?
And don't get me wrong, no. Don't get me wrong, no. One of the biggest challenges that I had at that time, listen to this now, right? That there was other youngsters in the church, right? There was other youngsters in the church that would come to me, right, and say, "Man, I wish I had your life." And I'm like,
you see that? You see that?
That's always how it goes, though. You know that, right?
Yeah. I think to myself, like, be careful what you wish for.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because what you see here is that's not the real deal.
My God. That's
not the real deal. And I would shun a lot of people, and they would say that but I didn't care,
Wow.
I didn't care, because I was living out my truth.
Yes, because it seems as though it sounds as though you were forced to be a man at 13.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And
and that's probably one of the best things he had done for me. Because I learned real quick, because I wouldn't want to be the way, you understand me?
Right.
And treat my child that way. You know what I'm saying?
I wish she was alive today, where you could really
Have dialogue with
this
him.
dialogue with
Yeah.
him, to be able to say, so Dad, tell
Wouldn't-
me the truth. What
Like
were
to
you?
say- like
Go
to
ahead.
say it wouldn't change that thing.
You for real?
Yeah, it wouldn't change. It wouldn't change.
Wow.
I know that.
Wow.
It wouldn't change it. And that's why I said, because I've had this conversation with mommy, you understand me? And we laugh and we talk, and that's a whole different ballgame, But
Wow.
up on that side, no.
Not to
No,
negate
no.
the things that you encountered, but I'm just sitting here thinking, if you're able to verbate that you don't see where it would have changed, I'm starting to think about what his childhood was like.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, he must have had it way rougher than you did.
Yes, because you give back.
No.
In a sense that certain things are learned and developed, through generations.
Something happened in the pipeline.
Something
Carol,
allowed him
because-
to be
Let me
that
tell you-
cold.
No, let me tell you, Kat. He was a brilliant man. Okay.
Okay.
He was a brilliant man, and he was a theologian. He had the doctor of divinity and all that stuff. So all of that
Wow.
stuff
Okay,
is-
so okay.
It's telling him that he's not wrong. You
Okay,
understand me?
I see
And
what
that's
you
where
mean.
I'm coming from.
I see what you mean.
You understand
Wow.
me? In his book, he's so well learned that how dare you challenge me?
Yes,
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yes.
You understand me? So that would never ever change, man.
Wow.
But what really happened is that, he saw what he would like to be in me.
Oh,
And that was
okay.
his biggest issue.
Wow.
He saw what he should be in me, because I was totally honest about everything,
Right.
Totally honest, and and he didn't like that. And I was, and guess what? I was the only child out of 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he never put his hand on.
Wow. Amazing.
So,
The story is really amazing, and I like I said again, I wish I knew I could break that down to find out what was behind all of that for him.
Right.
Was it just a self-righteous
arrogance and self-righteousness?
Maybe it was just all come out of being
A
so
combination of-
self-righteous,
Yeah.
So
he's a Pharisee.
That's sad. That's sad.
But I mean,
I'm happy that he was an educated man. You are an educated man, and you will never pass on none of that to your child. And you got to break that generational curse there.
I give them a voice,
Yes,
So that's what's up.
Wonderful.
Come on, but blessings and love.
Blessings and love.
Wonderful
It
to
was
hear
so
from
good
you,
to hear
and
from
thank you
you.
for being vulnerable
man.
and
And
sharing your
that
story
story.
with us
Absolutely.
today.
And I always leave out the big man. So bless up Mr. Peter. I
Bless
don't
up
know you in
yourself,
the
Mr. Peter,
background.
even though he know you in
Yeah,
the
man,
background.
him have a big smile on his face when he heard your voice,
Okay. All right.
So peace and love,
Cool.
Carrie, and blessings to you and the
man.
family. All
All right,
right.
take
Yeah,
care.
man. Bye-bye.
Yeah. So so that I hope that for those of you that are
That was a
listening,
touching story.
right? For those of you that are listening out there, parents, please give your children a voice.
Yeah.
Because for as much as we're saying the era that we live in and how children are more vocal now, or whatever, there's still some children that are still. I'm looking for the right term, not to say cow down, but are suppressed by parents. They're muted by their parents. They only have a voice when they're outside of their parents, or outside of the home. There are still some parents that won't listen to their children. You've got to listen.
So communication is not even a safe
You
place
have
for the
to
youth.
listen.
Yeah. Anita says righteousness, indignation with an exclamation. She's
Yes.
exclaiming. This prevents a lot of Christian parents to see the plain truth. It is. Let me see.
It had to accept. She meant
Okay, it is hard. That's what she
she
meant to say.
Mm-hmm.
It is hard to accept it. I think there are flaws in us. I'm so sorry, baby. I did not read that properly.
you have some typo there.
Yeah,
so,
but I think I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, but the whole truth of the matter is it all boils down to this: that we need to change our mindset. All right, we must change our mindset. And for parents out there who still feel as though, you don't have to listen to no. You have some people out there. Me not listen to no pickiny.
Yeah.
I don't have to hear what the child have to say. You
Listen,
are not.
I don't play with kids.
I don't play with kids.
No kids. No kids.
Listen, you've got to change that mindset and give your child a voice so that you can better understand who your children are. Let me tell you something. All this generation need is a little nudge in the right direction, guidance.
That's it.
Just guide them. And that's why I love the caller that says she developed a relationship with her daughter. And even though her daughter struggle with peer pressure in school, because you're foreign, girl. Where you from?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you've got to find a way to encourage your child that your child is the exception and that what she is doing is the thing to do. All right. And what you are passing on to her, because it is so sad if we're not careful, we are just going to lose our children to the massive. And we can't afford that.
No, sir.
We can't afford that. Listen, people, I love you. I love you. I love you.
We're gonna love you and leave you, beloveds.
Love you and leave
But
you.
before we go, let me see. Let me see. We're gonna go to YouTube real quick and see what our people are saying. And on Facebook and YouTube, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, click the bell, repost, do a watch party, tag all your friends and loved ones, do all the necessaries, and show us some love already.
Okay.
You were in here. If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for your people.
Okay. All right. So this is YouTube. Let's see what they're saying. on this
Okay, let's
side.
scroll up from the top. Let me see. I don't want to miss anybody. Let me shout out all my people. I see my auntie Juanita Daly was in the house or still in the house. Love you, auntie.
Love you. We're
Layla
sending
D.
loads of love to you.
Thank you. Aishamar, thank you. Let's see. Anybody else on here? Got to show all our people some love here. Okay, let's see what Layla D was saying. I am in the house. Hold up. Let me see. She's Layla D says a little bit higher.
Recovery,
a
woman of God.
little bit higher.
Yeah, thank you.
I am in the house. Power up. Okay. Let's see what the other comment was. There is a vast difference between each generation. I consider myself a Gen X, and I find it difficult communicating with millennials.
See that?
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like night and day.
Okay, so go down a little bit, Mr. Engineer. Let me see. Okay, y'all. Okay, all right.
And here's another thing I want to say. Like she said, she find it difficult to communicate. Sometimes you have to step into somebody's world to understand.
Absolutely.
All right. So I want to say, don't be afraid to explore, what the millennial is about. Okay. And so that you can dialogue with them, because like I said again, sometimes some people just need a little nudge.
I think isn't Gen X after millennials, Becky? So they're younger than us. Or are you Gen X, Becky? Oh, she don't know. Okay.
Teacher, you don't
Jermaine,
know.
tell me.
Kids after the 2000s.
Right, I thought so.
Okay.
So that Gen X person is younger. I would,
Right. Okay.
Right.
So this is what I'm trying to say. If to understand
Gen
someone,
X is from 1965 to 1980. So Gen X is starting with Daddy missed Gen X by 1 year.
So who the
So-
baby boomers? If that's how they go, that's not how they go.
No,
Baby boomers are from 64
mommy and them-
on up.
Mommy is a baby boomer, so daddy is a Gen X.
No,
No,
Daddy's
that baby
64,
boomer.
so he's still he missed it. He's in it by 1 year.
Oh.
He was in the last.
Anyway,
year.
so let's move on from there. This was a good topic. I enjoyed everybody that called in, shared with us.
And
Thank you
millennials
guys.
is from 1981 to 1996. So we are millennials.
I know I'm a millennial.
Right.
Okay.
So this is what I'm trying to say. And Gen X, you said Gen X is what now? Hold on.
2000 the 2000s is Generation Z. So the generation that we
I'm
probably have.
talking about X now, baby.
Generation X.
Mm-hmm.
Generation X was.
So whoa. My sister just told me. She said I'm Gen X and her daughter is Gen. Wait, I am Gen X. Madison is Gen X. Ma is baby boomers.
Okay.
Well, I think she meant to say
Madison
she's
is
Gen
Gen
X
Z.
and Madison is Gen Z.
Yes.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Right.
But there's so many little
but-
groups.
So listen, if you want to understand something,
So Gen Z is a generation we trying to understand because they're the teenagers now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so listen. I'm a pastor. I'm a counselor. Guess what? I have to get into their mindset. I have to get into their world so that I can adequately reach them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Right.
All right. So I can't want them to just function from my era and say, no, this is the way you got to do it.
Or shut up and listen to me. It don't work like that no more.
And so
we have to come into their world and shape and mold.
Here it is.
Just a little nudging, a little tweaking. That's what is missing.
And
all right.
And the younger children, the younger ones that's coming up, they real mouthy. You know why? Because they're Gen Alpha.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is, Peter.
They're Generation Alpha.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
But
So like Gabby.
Gabby. But do you
and
understand what that
KK?
means to be Alpha?
Yes.
They're Generation Alpha. That's what they are.
Okay. Did
So from
you
20
just make that up?
No.
It's real?
It's real.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought
From
I thought
20
it was one of your little jokes.
No.
Yeah.
From 2013 to 2025.
Okay, my bad.
Generation Alpha.
Excuse us.
So we just gonna have to pray for the little ones and say, Lord, help them.
Listen.
My God.
They are a world. Those are the ones I'm telling you. They're FBI agents. y'all. Listen.
Wow.
man.
They will unlock every code.
Yes, they will. Yes,
and they will outsmart you.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. I want to just send out our condolences to Lady
To
Daly,
Auntie Juanita and family.
Listen to each and every one of you. You know that our
Condolences.
heart breaks with you.
Yes.
And we're praying for the family. That is just such a sad story, and I don't want to bring any gloom on your day, but
Just know that our hearts are with you.
yeah,
We're
yes,
praying for you and the
yes,
family.
Yes, your granddaughter was beautiful, and I can't even begin to wrap my mind around your daughter, Dr. Brigman, losing her 30-year-old daughter. Cassie's 30. So can you just imagine? I can't wrap my mind around that. So just know that our prayers are with you.
Absolutely.
You know that we're one family. We love you. We love you. We love you endlessly.
Yes.
All right. So please let the family know that. And of course, we'll keep in touch.
Absolutely.
All right. To see exactly what's going on. Somebody says, and that's why it's good
To listen to
Carol Campbell.
to them. Okay. And being a single mom, it makes me especially.
It makes it easy for her because she has a variety of
Yes.
the millennial Gen X or whatever going on.
And so now, with that being said,
I think she has
you
Gen-
see, right?
Yeah.
I think she have.
I think she have about 3 different or 2 different generations going on.
So
too.
the thing about it now, honey, is that you have to get into their world so that you can understand them. Because here's the key. If you don't get into their world, you can't even read their text messages and understand. You could have a Hitler in your house and don't know it. You're feeding and cuddling and it's true.
Yeah.
You've got to listen. You got to get into their world. You have to try to understand their dialogue,
Our lingo.
their lingo.
Trying to text you and you talk about what?
Peter over here talking about. I can't even twist my mouth to say that.
that don't got nothing to do with that. That's just country.
I know. I'm just saying. You've got to get into their world and try to understand from their perspective.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're gonna have trouble on your hand. So, Mama, don't be too busy.
Be
honey.
encouraged. Be encouraged.
Be
She said it
encouraged,
makes
but-
it easy for her. So
Yeah, because now she's learning from them too.
Yes.
Yeah. So hey.
thank you for your dialogue
And your input.
Your input.
And our prayers are with you. It seems as though we need to bring this back next week. I don't know if you want us to continue this next week. Let us know. Say something.
Patria says, I have all these groups in my family. Quite interesting.
Yes, you got to keep up with that text message.
Wow.
Getting
Wow.
WYD and talking
Yeah.
about what's that?
So listen. So they feel like they're in college, they're in university. A lot of you getting
Middle
your
school.
PhD. Yes. So listen,
Guys, we're going to love you and leave you, but you'll see the Sow Into the Ministry banner on the screen right now. If you're still tuned in with us via Facebook and YouTube, go ahead and sow into this ministry if it's something that you feel has blessed your spirit. And
Yes.
if you'd like to see it continue, if the Lord impress it upon your heart to bless us, don't hold back. And there are different avenues by which you can do so: Zelle, Cash App, or you can choose to mail it in as well. All that information is on the screen. We thank you guys again for tuning in with us, tapping in to the spirit, and just dialoguing with us and supporting us as per usual.
Yeah.
Don't forget to hit the bell, YouTube, like, subscribe, share, all of that. Facebook, repost, do that. Tag everybody. You know what to do. We love you. We love you. We're going to love you and leave you.
Right, and I see Dr. Pauline say, bring it back next week, all right? And before we go...
Oh, she says, bring it back. I wanted to call in, so we'll definitely bring it back.
Okay.
Yes, we'll bring it back.
And before we go, I want those of you that are there that are still listening to bear in mind that the Seller of Purple conference is coming up.
You can't miss
Listen,
it.
you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. For more information, you need to call our 800 number.
That number is 1-888-914-6346. Again, that number is 1-888-914-6346. Call in to find out about our Seller of Purple conference that will be hosted June 11th through the 12th.
Okay.
You don't want to miss it, people.
You don't want to
that
miss
so
it.
professionally.
Okay. And listen,
Thank you.
Next week we promise to give you the Zoom information and to let you know, for those of you that would like to attend in person,
Yes.
we have 120 slot. I think it might be less
Available.
than
For
that
social
now.
distancing and all
with
of that.
social distance. Hopefully you're vaccinated. Hopefully you're COVID free and all of that good stuff. But for more information, again, call that 800 number.
Again, that
and
number is
see how-
1-888-914-6346.
Get your spots, y'all.
Listen.
1-888-914-6346.
Yes. Okay, I was cutting you off.
No, I'm done.
Okay, so listen, you don't want to miss it. So call the number and get more information. We love you. Have a
And just
wonderful
before
rest-
we go, just a little correction. It's 78 slots available. The people are
Okay,
They're taking the slots,
Yeah.
y'all.
I kind of feel like it would have been less than what I knew we had. So we still have 78 available. Call that 800
Come on,
number.
fill it up, y'all.
And
Fill it up.
lock yourself in. All right.
Bye, y'all. Click the bell.
Love ya.
All right.